I was told a long time ago by someone that I won't name names, but they told me I couldn't grow my hair back after 40. And this is something that stuck with me for a very long time. And then I was told later on after that that I shouldn't have long hair, especially being in my 50s now. So I stopped letting people's words affect me and I started doing what I wanted to do. And as soon as I started doing that, guess what? A big relief was lifted off my shoulders and I just didn't care anymore. I figured this is my life now. I did what I did for many, many, many years, pleasing other people, saying the right things, not saying the wrong things, and walking on eggshells. And now I'm going to do what I want to do. So I've been on my hair growth journey for 2 years, and my name is Kristen. I don't usually introduce myself, I just talk. But I've been on YouTube for 1 year now. And it has been such a long journey, a hard road. YouTube is very, very tough, but I love it. I love making content. I love getting on here and helping other women. Even if just three or one person watches my videos on helping other women, then it makes me happy. Now, don't get me wrong, I want to reach a bigger crowd of women. I want to share my experiences and tell you that there is hope and benefits to having your hair growing in, especially in the front of your crown. Now, ladies, I'm not telling you have to have long hair like I do. I only wanted to have my hair grow really long at the beginning of January 2024. I always wanted long hair or short hair, I'm sorry, because as a child I couldn't cut my hair and I wanted to do the opposite. So many years of my life I wanted short hair. And I know there's a lot of cute short hairstyles. Very cute. But right now this is where my journey's at. So if you're looking just to grow your hair fuller, more vibrant, have those baby hairs coming in, then I am here to help you out and get you on a roadmap to a journey that you can feel confident walking out the door without those hats on all the time, only when you want to wear them, or not covering your head with scarves continuously like I did. And it was so shameful, so embarrassed, and I couldn't figure out what was going on with me. Well, it was damaging my hair, and my roots from the inside out were just bubbling from everyday flat ironing, curling in my hair, and bleaching my hair out. Trust me, I was the queen of bleach. So, let me tell you a little bit about my journey. I started off with doing a lot of natural products. I tried rice bar shampoos, which I still use. And then I went and I found out about Indian hair powders to use them as a shampoo. So I used that for a good maybe 6 months, I'd say. Time wise, I'd have to look at my reels on TikTok because that's where I was posting a lot. And I wasn't on YouTube yet, of course, but that was something that I found out with the hair community. And then I started experimenting and doing my own. And then I started making my own hair oils. I just started experimenting with stuff, putting together all these ingredients that I was hearing about, watching on YouTube, and started creating my own hair oils. So I did use, this is actually a newer one that I used that I brought into my hair uh, journey, my hair routine is the ashwagandha. So I've been using this maybe about, hmm, I'd say 5 months because I started doing hair mask too. But anyway, so the Indian hair powders for shampoos, I did that. Then I went on to using silicones and clarifying shampoo after years and years of not using them. Of course, I did use a little bit of silicones because I did find out, I believe that Olaplex has silicones, which I didn't know, but it didn't ever affect my hair. But I specifically went to drugstore shampoos and conditioners and leave-in hair conditioners, and I still have those. They're actually almost all gone except my leave-in hair conditioning, leave-in sprays and gels. But I started doing that, and I had no problems with that. My hair didn't fall out. My hair was thriving. It was still growing really, really fast. Well, the norm. I mean, it's growing from, I'd say January, I had it of 2024 here, and now it's pretty much teetering at my waist. So it's grown about average what it should be growing, and without breaking off tremendously. So I did that again for about maybe 7 months, the silicones. And if I'm doing this time a little bit off, I'm sorry, but and I used anything from Pantene to Dove to Mark Anthony leave-in conditioners and so many other drugstore shampoos and everything that I was experimenting with. Now I went back to natural because I want to see if my hair wasn't tangling as much. I know the silicones tend to make your hair a little bit more tangly. I don't know. At least that was happening in mine because I have wavy hair naturally. So, but I still use it every once in a while. I'm not 100% natural. I am pretty much going on natural more so. And then every now and then, like I've used my natural for about 4 months again. And then I used one time in between then my silicone shampoo, which, or no, clarifying shampoo, which is the mane and tail. And I'll use that once in a while, even when I was using my silicone. So, not to be jumping all over the place, but another one that I really like, I can't pronounce this. It's this one. And I really do like this one as well. And then last night I did it in my shampoo. I did a aloe vera gel, lotus. I used ginger. These are oils. And then I used cedarwood oil in there. And then I washed my hair with that. And I did a leave-in of my own coconut milk with some different hair oils in there, a little bit of lavender and neem oil. And I did that throughout my scalp and throughout my mids and ends of my hair. This morning, I used a little bit of my, I believe it's L'Oreal, it's a gel leave-in sleek. I was going to curl my hair with my hot rollers, which is velvet. And I did a little bit of protecting in there. I think my hair oil, my natural one, already has that just because it has different things in there to protect your hair, but I just use a little bit of extra in the smoothing. And that is something that I've been doing on my hair growth journey. So why is it so important for me to talk about this, ladies? Is because of the balding in my scalp. I've been able to keep on growing baby hairs in my hair and not having it shedding other than the normal shedding phases that we go through. My hair doesn't really fall out in gobs. It hasn't in 2 years. I haven't lost any hair. I don't find gobs of hair on my satin pillow that I use, the pillowcase, and I don't see any hairs. I'm sure there's some that fall out because that's kind of normal, but I don't find big gobs of hair. I don't find that when I wash my hair in the sink. Yes, some do come out, but it's not gobs. When I do brush my hair, which is very minimal, very little bit comes out, and it's just because I have a little bit of knots, just because my hair, it just knots up naturally anyway, which I find using the Indian hair powders, shampoos, it's not as much. And it still wasn't falling out a lot with the silicones and clarifying shampoo. Let me just clarify that. I know there's a lot of hype on social media with not using silicones and clarifying shampoos, but I have no problems with it at all. And like I said, I just like the way the Indian hair powders make my hair look fuller and just more vibrant after it dries. I usually let it air dry. So it does make my hair look a lot more fuller. So some of these things that I talk about, which I have a hair course that has launched, and I am taking one-on-one free consultations. I will leave that in the link to book your call. It's a one-on-one meeting. We will meet face to face. And you can tell me what you've been doing, what your goals are, how I could help you get to the roadmap that you need to have fullness in your hair, whether you just want it fuller, you don't want to have shedding. And once again, ladies, I say it, if I don't say it in every video, I am just trying to help you with what I've been able to do for my hair. If you have underlying condition, if you feel off balance, check with your doctor to see if it's low iron or vitamin deficiency. So I do try to stress that very much, that you need to take care of yourself. Today, in fact, it's not why, but this is a totally different thing. I am fasting today because I do my colonoscopy tomorrow. And that is just another thing that yes, I don't like doing, but it's very important. I did it probably 2 years ago. It seems quicker for me to be doing another one, but my polyps were benign, but they had a couple iffy ones, and I really don't want to take that chance. So I'm drinking my hot tea today, my Earl Grey, which I do like mainly at night. The morning, I like my decaf coffee with my non-dairy creamer, but I can't have creamer. So I'm having my Earl Grey hot tea this morning. And I did eat a little bit of eggs. I said you could have a light breakfast the day before and a baked potato for breakfast because it was something that I could eat. And you can't eat anything, wheat or any type, which I don't like wheat anyway. I like sourdough, but I don't even think you could eat sourdough. They said white, and I don't have white bread. So I'm prepping for that for tomorrow, and I don't like not eating. I love my food, so this is going to be a really tough day. At least I had a little bit of breakfast in the potato. Hopefully that will help me over. I'll drink lots of liquid, maybe go get some jellos that are, I believe you could have just lighter, like the yellows and orange, I believe. I'll have to double check, but not any blues or purples or anything like that. So just make sure you're taking care of yourself. This course is for women 35 years plus, but if you're under that age, then this is for you too as well, because I know we damage our hair, whether it's aging or not. We do so many things to manipulate our hair. And this course is a little bit more structured. It's a stricter guideline. I mean, I'm not preaching at you, but it's something to follow because it's so worth it in the end when you're not worried about your hair just balding and having big balding spots in your hair. There again, if it's nothing to do with underlying conditions. So I just want to put this out there today. And if you have any questions, let me know. But the link will be down below. That rhymed. And I will hopefully see you soon in the one-on-ones. Have a good day.